everyone, and welcome to Voices of Impact, a special media series live from the Africa Impact Summit 2025. My name is Josephine Brown, and over the next few days, we'll be hearing from the leaders, dreamers, and doers shaping the Africa Impact investing landscape. Thank you, Amma, for joining us.
Thanks, Josephine.
All right. So, can you give us a brief history or summary about what the GVCA is?
Yeah, so GVCA is the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association. So we are the industry voice, the industry body for private capital in Ghana. We're obviously part of the broader Africa Venture Capital Association and the group. So there are various other associations across countries, across regions in Africa. So for Ghana, we are very much looking at how we mobilize local private capital for SME expansion, SME growth, to help the government to realize its objectives of creating jobs and inclusive economies across the country for all our citizens. So our membership is really comprising of fund managers. They manage the funds, they're investors, so some of the institutional investors that invest in the funds themselves, and then transaction advisors who, the legal firms and the audit firms that advise some of the transactions. So those are the members that we have, and we basically we advocate for policy reform, regulatory reform, and really to look at how we build capacity across the sector and build the market.
So I'm sure in your field, you often hear about blended finance and de-risking. What does it really mean for impact investors?
Yeah, I think it's really just lowering some of the barriers, and the perception of risk is a major barrier to investment. So if we have parties like foundations, philanthropic organizations, they are the ones who can take up more risk, right? And they can move or contribute money into a vehicle in a way that would, make it more attractive for private capital to then come in. So that's the best way I could probably explain what blended finance is. So you have philanthropic capital, and you have, I guess the serious money, the private capital that want a return. Those that want a pure return often will not move unless certain risks are mitigated, right? So you have various ways of doing that in finance, right? So philanthropy, some of the donor and development finance institutions, for example, have a major part to play to enable private capital to grow. There is some conversation around, obviously, competition, right? You want to enable local fund managers and local investment vehicles to thrive, as opposed to competing with the local. But we have a dominant landscape of foreign capital in the marketplace. But to mobilize more local capital from pension funds, for example, we talk a lot about pension funds. Today we launched the Africa Pension Industry Collaborative. So it's all the industry collaboratives under the GSG national partners that are working to crack that problem. Ghana Venture Capital Association is also working on that issue, right? Working with the pension funds, the regulators, their trustees, all the stakeholders required to understand the asset class of venture capital and private equity. But we also recognize that we need the philanthropies and the development finance institutions to support the work and to lower the risks or the perceived risks of those who may not really understand the asset class, but to encourage them to also join the party. That's pretty much how I would describe it.
Okay. And so what's one bold action you believe, we can take away from the Africa Impact Summit 2025 with regards to mobilizing capital for local businesses, local enterprises?
I think it's great to see. Impact Investing Ghana, which I'm a member of, is and the broader GSG Impact national membership. Right? We are all about collaboratives. We have so many different collaborative. Collaboration is very much central value to what we do and how we work together. Right? So I think the fact that we have that intent, recognizing the potential of pension funds to really mobilize and allocate some of their capital into impact investing is a huge opportunity, and to do it at an Africa continental level is also a massive commitment from the industry. And so I think it will help us to learn from each other, maybe avoid some of the pitfalls other countries have experienced, deepen our collaboration, and also move more money from our domestic sources to complement what's happening. The funding freeze is international. We see that aid is drying up. It's a huge opportunity for Africa to really step up and mobilize and unlock some of the local capital that we are sitting on, but maybe we need some help and capacity building and technical assistance to unlock it. So that's kind of, these are the conversations we're having with the likes of UNCEDF, which is one of our partners for the summit, and other partners. British International Investment is also looking at how we can look at those levers we need to pull to lower the barriers to that.
Right. Thank you so much, Amma. And before we go, what is impact to you in one word or a phrase?
In a phrase, impact is about changing lives.
All right. So you heard it from Amma. Impact is really and truly about changing lives. And we're so grateful to have you here. Thank you all for joining us. And we look forward to seeing lives change over the next few years after the Africa Impact Summit.